What's up, y'all? It's India Michelle here, back with another video on. We're going to be talking about the Nigerian fellow. I want to say his name is Christian or Toby, but I think he go by Toby, who was stabbed by his white girlfriend that's also an IG model. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow my socials at India__Michelle on Snapchat and Instagram. Also, if you fucking with this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. That's what I meant to say. If you so everybody can be tuned into my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a video. And yes, it's a different background. I eventually will have like a different area where I do my videos, but I just need to, find a little table I can set up. But until then, I'll just be doing it here in my kitchen. But let's go ahead and get into all of that good jazz. But how do y'all feel about the whole thing with Toby and the white girl? And on top of that, the tweets that he has that has surfaced, around also coming out after his death, of him talking shit about black people, especially black women. And let's be honest, he was talking about black Americans. And the reason I said let's talk about it is because, and also why I'm doing this video is because why do we keep having this thing where Africans against black Americans, Caribbeans against black Americans? Like, yeah, we might not be the same for us, like where we're from, but me and you do look alike. We might have different phenotypes because you're from there and I'm from here and whatever, but that doesn't matter. In the system of white supremacy, we should be sticking together. This is the time, the crucial time where we should be sticking together instead of doing this whole tribal bullshit, right? While he was somewhere talking shit about black Americans and just black people what black Americans, you somewhere having issues in your relationship, because apparently she has called the police on him about 7 or 10 times a month prior before his death. Apparently his friends of a friend of his has said that she was abusive to him. So it's like you would rather take bullshit from a white woman, right? Or just somebody that, and I'm not saying, y'all know how I feel about, the whole interracial thing, even though I'm not going to knock if you want to do that. And I'm not saying if you want to date someone that's white, they're going to kill you. But how many times we have heard these type of stories that's swept under the rug, and it's black people actually pulling it up to the surface for it to even be recognized, right? And as you see, a lot of people are not saying that he's Nigerian. And some people will say, well, what they have to do anything, what it has to do with it. And I'm not saying that you don't have coons in American coons, but it's just seem like when a lot of Africans and a lot of y'all, and let's admit it, y'all have heard y'all parents or people say don't get a baby or be with a black American, but it's accepted to be with a white person. And that same white chick that you thought that was so much better than us, she's doing OnlyFans. But that's another thing I wanted to touch on. Like, when we do something like that, like OnlyFans, and y'all having domestic disputes, you would drop us like a bad habit. And I'm not saying all, right? But when it comes to Becky, a white chick that you feel is better because you have some self-hate within yourself, then it's accepted. We don't accept it for one person, and you're not going to accept it for another. If you're not going to accept it for a black woman, you shouldn't accept it for a white, Asian, Hispanic, no matter where she or he is from. You shouldn't accept it, period. Okay, everybody has their preference on who they want to date, and that's cool, right? I'm gonna have I like black guys, but even though I like black guys, I still have my preference within the black male, aspect, right? So again, it's nothing wrong with that. But when you try to put down one group and now you're deceased, so now your family got to have a GoFundMe page. Now y'all looking at us for sympathy. Like, oh, this happened to him. Yes, and I'm not putting death on no one. Should nobody have to die, just because they prefer a white woman. But I'm not going to throw my cape on for this man and he was talking shit. It's unfortunate that he did, that his life was taken the way it was, but I don't feel sorry for him at the same time, if that makes sense. I hope you understand. It was another situation with a Jamaican. It was a few months ago, last year, where it was a Jamaican guy that they don't never talk about. See, these are stories. Most of these stories I get from Tariq Nasheed, because he really be on it. And a lot of these stories, the main media is not going to broadcast it because of how it looks. Even, I can't even remember her name. Even the female, the dark-skinned lady, girl, I think I could pull up a picture right here if I can find it. It'll be right here. She was killed by a white dude. And back to what I was saying about the Jamaican person, he was killed by some white people that he was so-called hiking with. Now all of a sudden they killed you and they said you was being the aggressor or something like that. It's always these type of stories. Now if it's the other way around, oh, you'll hear that on national news. But when it comes to us, when we get killed by the hands of the dominant society, especially these white supremacists, and I'm not saying all white people are white supremacists, so don't get up in here trying to cape for white folks, talking about something, well, all white people are not bad. Yes, that's cool and all, but some of them is too many bad apples in the bunch. But I'm gonna end it right here. I shouldn't even be doing this video because I was supposed to be going somewhere 2 hours ago, and I'm just now leaving out the house. But y'all comment at the bottom of how y'all feel about this whole thing, how y'all feel about them tweets. Do you feel that I was right or wrong for saying that I'm not going to throw the cape for him? I'm however you feel in the comments, I'm still going to say what the hell I want to say. And well, not like that, not saying like that, but I just can't do it. Like, you talk junk about us, but then look what happened to you. And they're going to try to play this whole thing as self-defense for her. She's already out on bail after she just stabbed a dude. She's already out. And she's going to try to play self-defense. And the Shade Room posted a picture of her covered in blood, probably seconds to minutes of her killing the dude. That ain't self-defense, baby. It don't take so many times to stab a person to be considered self-defense. 1 or 2 look. Yeah. How many times you got to stab somebody to the point where you're covered in blood? That makes no sense to me. But again, y'all comment at the bottom. Don't forget to hit those likes, those shares. Don't forget to follow my socials. Everything will be in the description box. And until next time with another video. Bye-bye.